This episode of Capes of Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone? God, I sound like a dork.
Gilbert Vaughn, the first Earthman ever put into the protector of the universe, bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that were both weapons and symbols of his station. He fought an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
It's not so bad.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about it, indeed? Welcome to the Quantum Zone, episode 31 already. I am Phil, and that handsome young man you just heard is...
I'm Will.
And making his triumphant return,
I'm back.
Master of Horror.
I'm back. I was in a crawl space last week, but I'm here.
He's running from a man with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, so Matt, you couldn't make it last week, so do you want to give us your some quick thoughts on Quasar 11 we reviewed last episode?
Sure. I haven't listened to the episode because it hasn't aired yet, so a couple things. This was one of the ones that got me back into the character when I was just getting random issues from 25-cent bins before I went and collected all the entire run. This one jumped out to me because I wanted to I wasn't like the biggest Excalibur fan, but I did pick it up from time to time. There was a lot of... I always thought British X-Men. So I picked it up, loved the front page. It's an iconic image of Quasar, real Superman posy, just flying in your face. Although apparently he's swimming. And we meet Makari, you know, there's some big things and HD, so there's some stuff set in motion besides just a mini West Coast Avengers cameo and a pretty decent battle with a possessed Phoenix, a little Captain America villain of Mordred the Mystic, and classic moody teen Quasar, you know.
Yeah.
It's become a trademark. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he can't get out of his own way. People keep helping him, and he gets angry about that. And there's just jealous about Dad and Eon. And then the most epic emotional end, he does his own self-portrait with his quantum bands, and then destroys it. And, so yeah, all in all, it's a fun one. So I can't wait to listen to you guys dissect it and talk about it for more in depth. But that's my surface level takeaway.
Oh, wait a second, surface level, because that part happened above the water.
Yes, right above his quantum raft. Yeah.
Okay, all that stuff was important, but I know you had to have had a pun for that title before I get the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, well I do like that. I don't know. I don't really have a pun for it, but is that a takeoff? There's a Public Enemy song before I get to Arizona that I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know if they know at this point, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have a pun for the title, but yeah, I appreciated it. You know,
we stumped him.
No.
I don't know what possessed them to write it. But.
There he is.
Yeah,
there's the man.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not fired up about it, but I just took it as it was. No.
Nice. All right, before we get to issue 12, I think Will saw it, Matt. I don't know if you saw it, that they've been slowly releasing. I guess there's going to be a new Guardians of the Galaxy lineup in the comic books in 2019.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
And some are in shadow. Here, let me see if I can share this image. There I said, I think I have a new trick here.
Ooh, Darkhawk. Beta Ray Bill? What?
Can you...
Nova. Oh, I hadn't seen that picture with the Nova. Yeah.
There, so... Yeah, because you probably can't see me swirling my mouse here, can you?
No.
Okay.
But on the right-hand side of Nova, I mean...
right next to Nova, I'm thinking, with the hair, looks like someone has a cape on their shoulders. Come on, make it Wendell. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Because I read Infinity Wars #4 today, and that blue woman down at the bottom there, I think that's an alternate universe version of Phyla.
Oh, interesting.
Whether it is or not, look, she's not wearing quantum bands.
Exactly.
So maybe because someone else is.
Yeah, and actually that brings up a really good point. I don't know if I think they talked about it, but the Avril, was that her name?
Yeah.
Apparently she died like right after the whole Hydra Cap thing that went on. And it seemed like to be just kind of like she was there, then she wasn't, and she was just dead. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I just thought it was very weird because I guess the quantum bands then come back to Wendell, which he shouldn't have been able to take them off anyway, but we can talk about that later. I don't really know what the status is because he was kind of like a mentor, unpowered mentor for several months, I guess.
Yeah, but did he get the bands back after he died and came back as energy? I couldn't remember if he had...
Yeah, he did. In Guardians of the Galaxy, I think 11 and 12, there was a two-parter where they fought Maelstrom in Oblivion Realm or whatever it was. So he had the bands back, and then he went to the Cancerverse and got his body back. So he was straight up normal at that point, and then suddenly he gave the bands up.
Yeah, but... I mean, he's had them and lost them a couple times. I wonder if there's a way he was able to figure out how to program them where he could take them off.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah,
or take them off others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since they keep getting them from him, I guess. Yeah,
but I'm all hyped. I hope that's Wendell. And then, like on the left there, like next to Moondragon, does look like another head, like a head. Almost like a bald head. I'm like, I hope that's Vance Astro from like the 31st century Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would be.
If we had a team with Wendell and Vance Astro, I would be buying it. Oh man, I'll be. All it would take is Wendell, but I mean, if we got Vance Astro too.
I'm gonna guess that that's the Silver Surfer with his surfboard next to him.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say either. I mean, I wasn't gonna guess that. I was gonna guess it's 6 people, but no, it could be 5 plus a surfboard. So yeah,
maybe.
And I guess the big one would be Groot potentially.
Maybe, unless we get like the Stranger or somebody.
Giant Wolverine. I don't know.
So, quick question: how much longer till they finally reveal the rest of them? I mean, are they on a schedule? Or are they doing it every few days?
I think it might be every day because like a day or two ago, I think they only showed Cosmic Ghost Rider in the middle there, and then I think they showed Beta Ray Bill and like Gladiator. Did they show Nova at that point? Yeah, and then I think today they revealed Moondragon and Phyla. So,
there's one in the middle too. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, Darkhawk was from the Abnett and Lanning era of Guardians, and Nova, of course, from that era. I'm
thinking that one that's they still haven't revealed at the bottom in the middle there. I think it's probably Star-Lord, so it doesn't look like he's like someone's holding a gun or something. Bet you that's Star-Lord, probably.
Yeah.
I'm going Dark Horse, Solo. I'm guessing it's Solo.
Why live terrorized?
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll share the picture on social media if you're wondering what we're talking about and you're not watching it on YouTube.
I was gonna say, or subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah. Do go to YouTube and watch it. Give us some clicks.
That's right. Give us some views. Come on.
Yeah. We were talking about it before we started. October 23rd, 12 days from tonight, 12 days from today, Cosmos and Collision Trade comes out.
October 23rd, people.
Yeah. I got it pre-order. It says it was upgraded. I got an email saying it would be here the day it's released. So that's exciting.
Yep. That is, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome.
Because that's what I said today. I said, why are they releasing the second trade all of a sudden? They only did that first one, like a couple years ago? Why all of a sudden are they putting out a new Quasar trade? Could it be because he's going to be joining the group all of a sudden?
Gotta bump some sales. Let's do it.
Get people familiar who may have not read this series.
Yeah, when did the original trade come out? It was...
Wasn't it a few years ago, you said?
I think so. It's in here... actually, 2012. It's been 6 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. What the rush all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And how many issues is it? Is it the first, 8 Quasars, and then there's a couple Marvel 2-for-1s or something?
This includes Quasar 1 through 9, Avengers Annual 18, Marvel Comics Presents 29.
Okay.
So, the next one picks up
number 10,
right?
Yeah, and...
It sounds bigger, doesn't it? Because what is it, like 10 through 25 or something?
I think it goes 10 through 25. Let's see here.
Well, I know you said at least Journey and Cosmos are in there.
Yeah. Let's see what it says.
But it's not called Quasar Classic Volume 2.
I know, which is weird, right? Very, very weird. But hey, I'm not going to complain at all.
No, and it could be a marketing strategy, too, because it might make... people feel like, I don't going to start with part 2.
Exactly.
They can't find the first one. So,
so it is 10 through 25 is what it says on the site. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hey, listeners of this podcast, go out and buy it. Then you can read ahead, send us your thoughts, and follow along in January for...
What? I don't know. What would that be?
Matt wasn't here.
January into mystery.
January into mystery.
Yes.
That's where the month that we're gonna each podcast into a Batman cup.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Swear to me. All right, we're gonna dive into this issue.
Let's do it.
The very last issue of Quasar we will ever review in 2018.
That's right.
Oh, wait a second. I set this up. I can share this too. So yes, if you're following along on YouTube, look. Quasar number...
There we go.
Quasar number 12.
Arena of Death.
Tutanax attacks.
It's a little bit squished on mine. It may just be my viewer.
Yeah, no, I think it's the image I used. It's a little compressed, but yeah, but it's all there, just a little squishy.
Yeah.
It's a nice cover.
Oh yeah. All right, so yes, number 12, titled "Games Deviants Play." Kind of funny, kind of straight to the point.
Come on, man.
Yeah, the alternate title was Bedtime Rituals.
So from Games Deviants Play from July 1990, of course, by Grunwald. Mike Manley pencils, Fred Fredericks inker, Janice Chiang letterer, Paul Beckton colorist, Howard Mackey editor, and T. Tom. Is anyone else's?
Yeah, mine says
that.
It's like T. Tom, T.T. DeFalco, editor-in-chief. I don't know if it's a printing error or if, like...
The T's really important.
Is like
really
DeFalco trying to, like, cash in on, like, the rapper craze? Is he like, yeah, man, I'm T-Dog Falco?
You know what? Speaking of Tom DeFalco, I listened to your appearance and on the Quasar, on the Moon Knight.
Oh, yes.
The island one. And something that was mentioned on that just in the conversation was that the Moon Knight was... Some people, editors of Moon Knight, were interviewed on the Epic Marvel podcast. And I went and listened to there's some good interviews with guys like Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz and some other people that have kind of crossed over into the Quasar books over the years and that world, and it's some good stuff if you guys are looking for while you're waiting for the next episode of the Quantum Zone to listen to.
Cool.
Dial into that because there's some good stuff in there.
Oh,
hey,
please.
can we put the link to those in the show notes, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure,
yes,
I'll send it over to you.
send them to me. I'll put them in the show notes, yeah.
Cool.
Because I put, as everyone will see once it goes up, I put the link to the Mark's remarks for issue 11. So next, when that posts, it'll be in the show notes. All right, so Quasar starts off on Mars, the fourth planet from the sun, getting the crap beat out of him by the Blood Brothers.
Now, is there a update? Is Mars still the fourth planet from the sun? Did Pluto end up going away and coming back interrupt that? I know that's a distant one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, the Blood Brothers. They're like some old school, right? Did they? Where did I?
Iron Man 55, I think was.
Yeah.
First Thanos. Yep. First Thanos.
Yeah, because they even say here, they're like, give it to him, brother. Show him why we are the top agents of the mighty Thanos before our liege disappeared and abandoned us on that mudball Earth.
Mudball.
Mudball. So yeah, so they're fighting over who gets the beat on Quasar, and the one saying, these fists have pummeled Iron Man, Hercules, the Thing. You are hardly in their league, Stripling. He still twitches, and they're like, apparently we haven't beat the life out of him, and we're like, everyone's probably thinking, okay, how did the Blood Brothers get here beating Quasar on Mars? Well,
so
Einstein brought them to Mars. He says, this may not have been the brightest idea, having the Vault turn these two extraterrestrials over to me for deportation, flying them to Mars, then challenging them to a duke out. Don't suppose I wanted to have the tar beaten out of me, do you? Do you? Give me some external pain to take my mind off my inner aching, my feeling of total ineptness.
So Angry Teen Quasar is still in full force.
Yeah, I mean,
Taking a fight with bigger dudes. Yeah.
This is getting dark. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, didn't this come up? Did Soshin or something bring this up in our group? I thought he said so. It might have been about last issue, but he's saying, maybe Quasar's suffering from like depression or something else.
Oh, a little, yeah, because he was, real high highs, real low lows.
Yeah,
yeah. I read that. I need to reread some of that stuff and respond. I haven't got to that yet, but yeah,
like
that was
like the highs of space and the depths of the ocean. Also, I got a no prize potentially on the top panel of row 2. Both Blood Brothers have no shirts on, but one of them is wearing a shirt in all the other panels.
Whoa!
So what's up with that? Send me an empty envelope, both of them. Did they color it? Did they color it in yours, Will?
It looks like.
Yeah, top of page 2. Did they color? One of them have a shirt or no?
No, both of them are shirtless, and then suddenly they're back to 1 and 1. I bet you it's a coloring error.
Yeah, you have to. He wants a no prize. Don't you have to explain it?
Yeah, you got to explain it now, man.
All right.
Okay. Well, the Blood Brother on the left was fired up. You get into those thugs fighting, and they take off the shirt, and then the other one punches them, and he's like, it is pretty chilly on Mars. I better put this back.
There we go. That works.
And then he puts it back.
Nice.
Better put my sleeveless shirt back on for one.
Yeah, it get kind of nippy on Mars,
Yeah.
All right, so Quasar's thinking about, just trying to bolster my battle prowess, my pain tolerance. Yeah, that's, he's not even convincing himself.
Yeah.
Then he gets a call, must be call forwarding to the Quantum Band, because Wonder Man to Quasar, a mutual friend, is moving, after last issue. Mm-hmm. Oh, we didn't get an editor's note.
We didn't even get an. I was just going to say that.
So Quasar's not using his is using his Quantum Band's bait. Well, he might be. Was it just the force field? Because I would think the Blood Brothers would have killed him by now if he didn't at least have the field up. So he puts up a bigger bubble around them. Then he gives them the hand. Talk to the hands. He says, "You stooges had your chances. Didn't use my quantum bands for anything but my life-sustaining energy field, but I gotta run now. Do us all a favor. If you ever manage to get off this world, don't come back to Earth, or I'll haul your butts even further next time." And they're like, "Come back, Howard." Is that kind of irresponsible? Just like to getting them from the vault, which I'm surprised the vault even let them out to his. Well, I guess his Avengers credentials. Then he's like, "Oh, I'm protector of the universe."
And technically, they are deported now. I mean,
I guess, but I mean, what if they do come back to Earth, or even if they don't? What if they just like hurt some innocents on some other planet?
Yeah,
they're closer to their boy Thanos and Titan now. So.
that's true. Yeah.
Is he back alive at this point? Because I know he did die around. I think he died before Marvel. We'll get to that, but I know, but then he's back by the time Infinity Gauntlet comes down. See,
I think he might. I don't think he's appeared yet in Silver Surfer, because doesn't he show up like in Silver Surfer 34 or something like that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, in his chair.
It preempts it. It preempts the Gauntlet when he's in Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer for a little while first. Yeah.
Hovering around in his chair like he's all cruising through Walmart or something.
His not Mobius chair. Sorry.
His not Mobius chair. His hover round.
That's right.
He saw the commercial on Price is Right, just like all the other people. All right, so Quasar takes off, and then he thinks, "Okay, I'm far enough away from Mars's atmosphere to quantum jump." He does one, ta-da, 140 million miles in the blink of an eye. Which I'm thinking, okay, he's thinking about the atmosphere, but there's no one on Mars, right? If he quantum jump, how cool would that have been? The quantum jump while in front of the Blood Brothers, be like, "You want a taste of this? Pow!"
Yeah.
I'm not thinking. All right, but anyway, 20 minutes later on the California coastline, Wonder Man flies up to meet Quasar with his belt jets. Remember those?
Yeah, I do.
Kind of weird because aren't they powered by his like body's ionic energy?
Yeah, because actually, we got into that when they were fighting Supernova in Chicago.
Oh yeah, when he was picking up the
he
island,
was trying to pick him up. Yeah,
Sky King. Yeah, I got.
Oh wait, you're right. That was the Lava Men one. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. But he used his belt jets in both, though, yeah. And Wonder Man says, "There you are," and says, "Sorry it took so long. I was off world." Wow, talk about a long distance call.
Yeah.
So he says, "How is he?" And Wonder Man, "Oh, Makari seems to have fully recovered. That's good. I want to talk to him." And Wonder Man, "That's not going to be possible, Quaz. The moment he awakened, he bolted out of here like he had a lightning bug down his pants." I don't want to know what Wonder Man does in his spare time. He says, "Quasar, you're kidding," and no one. And all right, I guess this is the setup Makari's speed, because Wonder Man says, "Listen, the West Coast compound has defense systems that are proof against Quicksilver, and yet he got by them all."
Yep.
So Makari, fastest man alive.
We find out in a few issues that he's the fastest.
Oh yes, great race. Oh well, I guess we'll get to that in February probably, because January into mystery.
Yes.
And then Wonder Man sees Quasar's black eye and says, "Say, what happened to your face?" "I was born with it, you fool." He says, "I walked into someone's fist." Says, "Thanks for calling me, Wonder Man. I'll let you know if I run into him again," which I don't think he ever does.
Yeah, at least not on panel anyway.
Yeah, at least not on panel. He says, "You do that, kid. Take care."
See, I was thinking maybe Quasar is being a little sarcastic here, because really, Wonder Man could have easily called him and said, "Makari got away. You don't have to come to California to find this out in person."
That's true. Unless, I'm wondering, though, did Makari wake up, Wonder Man called Quasar, and then Makari took off?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So maybe he was there when Wonder Man called, but
Well, then
But he could have called him back and be like,
yeah.
hey,
sorry.
maybe
dude.
he used up all his wrist minutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
or maybe he got like a busy signal while he was quantum jumping, you know?
Very possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, what happened to your face? I've caught some uncanny action.
I had that game. I
So
love
did
that
I.
game.
So
It's
did
awesome.
Uncanny X-Men for the original NES.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, coming soon for Game Boy, The Amazing Spider-Man. I had that. Is that the one I owned? Oh, no, I think I had the Punisher game for Game Boy. Every once in a while, Spider-Man would swing through.
Nice. There was a Silver Surfer game for the NES that was awesome.
I had that too, and I had the cheat code, so I beat the game. Because it was like the invincibility code, so you just like blast through everybody.
Blast through everything, yeah.
I think was the final boss like Mephisto?
I think so, yeah. I think so. Wow,
It was a hell of a game.
It would be really... I would love it if they did something... It would probably... I mean, Marvel could probably swing something like that where, they've like rebooted... You had a Nintendo with all the built-in games or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just like built in all the old Marvel games. That'd be pretty tight. That'd be pretty tight.
People would buy that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good idea. Good idea, Matt Kona. Oh, I mean, you would probably take more money than anyone has, but if you could buy the rights to all the games for the multiple platforms and like load them on the one system,
that would be pretty awesome.
like everything from that old Atari Spider-Man game to.
Oh man.
Well, do you guys play the Lego Marvel games?
Yeah.
Lego Marvel Heroes. Quasar's in it.
Yes.
So
I played that. Yeah. No. Yeah, we have Lego Marvel 2.
He's not in the second one, right?
No, I don't think so. But Marvel Boy's in it. Bob Grayson.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to get that one then.
He's just listed as the Uranian.
Yeah.
But he flies around. And it seems like he has the quantum band. So the quantum bands are in there, just not on window.
Oh.
He's just wearing a spacesuit and like one of those
dome
glass
heads.
helmets.
Oh, yeah, because he came back in Agents of Atlas. That's right.
Yeah. All right. So Quasar leaves California, and later in New York, it's like no time to check out that crazy runner. Now I've got to get to work. And he sees the mailman walking in the Four Freedoms Plaza. He says, "Great, someone's opening the door. At least 3 feet clearance." He's not pulling a torch. I guess he doesn't care. Then people are waiting for the elevator as he flies into the elevator shaft. One of these days, I'm going to have to figure out a more convenient way in. Wasn't his window a more convenient way?
One would think.
Yeah. Not opening an elevator shaft while two men are standing outside it.
I know. He's like, I got to find a less conspicuous way than flying through the window. Yeah, because knocking over the mailman and like pushing people out of the way at the elevator, less conspicuous. So he flies in the shaft. He says, "I've been fortunate to avoid running into the Fantastic Four in the months I've been their tenant here. There might be a collision coming."
Maybe. I wonder what that's going to be.
He's like, "Looks like they haven't discovered the little clothes locker I installed in the main elevator shaft either." When did he could you Oh, good Lord. So yes, he picks up a suit out of the elevator shaft, and after a quick change, he walks in the office. "Kayla, Mr. Vaughn, thank goodness you're here. We've been going crazy. We've just gotten another job. That makes 4. Only one more." And then he cuts her off. "And that Miss Steckley will have made good on her bargain to drum up 5 clients in 1 week. And then I'll be obliged to hire her." Yes. Then she...
Is he going for a high five in that?
Again, I think it's the theme of this. First he gave it to the Blood Brothers. Now Kayla, talk to the hand.
Yeah. Angry teen Quasar.
Yeah. And he walks into his office because Kayla's like, he didn't seem all that upset about it, did he? And Ken says, "Apparently the boss man didn't take the instant dislike to the lady that you did, Kayla." And she says, "You thought she was icky too, didn't you?" She's so icky.
Icky.
I think she had cooties. That's why she was icky. And Ken says, a bit full of herself, but with results like she's been getting, maybe she's got good cause. Yeah, if you brainwash people with your mental powers, I guess.
You can do whatever you want, right?
Full of yourself, yeah. Okay, he thought Wendell was in a foul mood before. He goes into his office, hated to be so abrupt with my coworkers, but I didn't want to pause long enough for them to notice my black eye. Again, really ought to clue them in on my double identity one of these days. Make life a lot easier.
That's coming.
Yeah. Again, 2019. So he heads for the bookcase. The extra-dimensional star chamber behind my bookshelf is another matter all too... Dad!
He's actually slapping his head. He's smacking his forehead, isn't he, with his other hand?
We see, I guess, the mental image of his father sitting there in his rocking chair talking to Eon.
Yeah.
Hello.
Also, side note about Eon, well, Will, you're looking at the trade, right? But, Phil, when you show the cover, did it have the Eon box on the bottom?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if it was on my squishy title, but yeah.
Well, I'm not looking at the trade because this is not in this trade doesn't come out until Cosmos. So
right,
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
So good point. But I don't know if it was a barcode. Barcode is news rack, right? This is direct. If it's
I think,
an
yeah.
image on it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Just wondering. I thought it was cool.
So, Dad says, hello, Wendell, Eon and I were just talking about you. And Wendell says, I'll bet. Say, Dad, can I speak to you in private a minute? It's important.
Dad, get out of my room.
Stop going through my things.
I have friends, man. So he says, very well, son, what's on your mind? Look, Dad, I'm not trying to spoil your fun or anything, but every time I turn around, you're in here chatting it up with my cosmic mentor. And he's like, it's not really me here, son. It's a mental projection a mental projection that Eon, he's like, that's beside the point, Dad. The point is your constant kibitzing with Eon is really bothering me. Those Italian words, tell you what. I feel like you two are, I don't know, sitting around judging me, waiting for me to foul up so you can give me disapproving looks. Wendell, it's not like that at all. We simply, and he's like, please, Dad, you're being protector of the universe. It's hard enough. Don't make it worse by coming between me and my boss, okay? He's like, if that's how you'd like it, and he disappears with a And Eon's like, why did Gilbert choose to terminate our interface? Wendell says, you're omnipotent. You tell me. He's like, Quasar? How could this have been any worse? Wendell would have been like, Dad, why don't you just drop dead?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. That could have been, yeah. Oh, my God.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Yes. So he says, what the heck is the matter with me flying off the handle like that, getting both my dad and my mentor irked at me in one fell swoop? It's all this pressure, uncertainty. I'm sitting around waiting for the big deal cosmic threat Eon appointed me specifically to combat, dealing with various small potatoes in the meantime, and bollocksing that up royally. I let dipsticks like finally, in the Avengers issue, he didn't mention Modam, but he says Modam. Dr. Minerva, Modred, the blasted mystic. Give me a hard time. Hard time? Minerva would have amputated my hands. Boy, that would suck, wouldn't it? Would have amputated my hands if Eon hadn't intervened, and it took that British super team Excalibur to haul my bacon out of Modred's fire. Editor's note.
Oh, yeah. In the past 2 issues. Yes.
I don't know, so frustrated. What a waste I am. I'm sure in one sorry mood to get any work done here, so he's been at the office for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Taylor, call up all of our prospective clients and arrange for meetings on successive days. Ken, do some basic research on the firms in question so we don't have to walk in cold. I'm taking the rest of the day off. Slam. As he walks out. Something big's eating him, and Kayla's like, yeah, wish he'd trust us enough to clue us in about it.
Wonder what that could be.
Oh, Kayla, that's going to be a long journey for you.
Yep.
Let's not expect a happy ending. Oh, another big moment's coming. As Moments later, he changes back in the costume and rockets above New York. It's like, need some space as he flies towards space.
To get some space, yeah.
And he's like, I think I've been going about trying to secure the world against menaces from space somewhat half-cocked. These past few months of trying to identify all the extraterrestrials currently on Earth presupposes that the big cosmic threat is already on Earth hiding out. I haven't done squat to actually safeguard the planet from whatever new extraterrestrial menace may show up. Yeah, you left the Blood Brothers there to make a collect call. Today, I changed that. I'm going to create a huge lattice work of energy to blanket the globe. It'll hang up here in the exosphere permanently, invisibly. And whenever anything larger than a micrometeorite passes through it, it'll set my quantum bands buzzing. Not only that, I'll make it sensitive to any exotic, highly energetic power manifestations going on down below. And there it's done. So why didn't I think of this before? Because I'm a jerk, that's why. So, yeah, so to keep illegal aliens out, he built a wall.
That's right.
Oh, God.
So, I forget, did he ever mention this energy field after Cosmos? Because I was wondering, after the bands got cut off and he, quote unquote, died, did that, bring the field down?
I mean, he said it's permanent, and you have to dematerialize those things on purpose. So I would assume the field is still there unless some other cosmic shenanigans have done some things,
I just wonder if you lose the bands, and especially if you die, if that terminates all the constructs you made, though.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Do the bands get reset to factory settings for
factory
the next
defaults?
Yeah.
Dang it! I had these set up. I gotta set it up all again.
My quantum bands are blinking 12.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "Why didn't Eon suggest that I do this? Because he likes his appointees to figure these things out by themselves, I guess." He's like, "Well, I don't think Eon really didn't have much practice dealing with his, day to day with his appointees, because I think he made that point before when Quasar's like, you've never, And I know with Captain Marvel, he kind of appointed Captain Marvel to the role and then really just
left him. Yeah, see ya.
Although he gave Marvel cosmic awareness, as we'll get to.
Again, yes.
Stay tuned for an announcement. Coming soon. So he goes, maybe if he starts flying back towards Earth, and he says, maybe if I do a couple laps around the Earth, he's like, yo! The energy net just picked up its first exotic energy discharge, tachyons, which are
hypothetical faster than light particles.
Nice.
Very cool.
So he says, let's see, who do I know who harnesses tachyons besides that speed freak Makari, that is? Thanks to my energy grid, I ought to be able to home in on them far better than my old scattershot method. And soon. If I remember my geography correctly, I'm in the Himalayas. Tachyon Trail seems to stop here. And then he sees, it's him, Makari, standing in a cave or in front of it.
Yeah.
But Makari sees him and runs around him and starts punching him.
Thump.
Is this, so that's I don't know if the theme of this issue is talk to the hand or Wendell getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kicking up such a wind, can't hear me. He says, hold it, I just want to talk. And he's like, okay, maybe if I make his racetrack the consistency of molasses as he makes a quantum trail for Makari to sink into. So Makari gets stuck and says, I'm stuck as a duck in the muck.
Seems like he has a very good attitude about it.
He's happy about it, yeah.
And Quasar says, just want to talk to you fella. I'm the guy who brought you to the Avengers medical facility when you looked like you were ready to run away with yourself. Which was when?
Editor's note, last issue.
That's right. So I surrender, oh master muckmaker. Okay, here's my problem with this thing. He says, oh, that was you. Well, guess my flurry of flying fists was an odd way to thank you. You did sneak up on me. Well, he's like, oh, thank you for fishing me out of the ocean. But meanwhile, it was Quasar who put him in the ocean.
Exactly.
Because Macari was just running on the water, and Quasar slowed him down, so he sank in and almost drowned. But I guess maybe Macari doesn't know that. So
yeah. So
this is the beginning of their friendship. It was built on a lie.
It's a total lie. That's right.
And he says, "You weren't able to hurt me." He said, "No." I just took several fists from the Blood Brothers. You really think you could hurt me?
Well, here I have a little wild speculation. Do you think that because Wendell Vaughn is an atheist, he didn't like that Macari was walking on water, a la Jesus?
Running on water, yeah.
Running on water.
I think that proves his point. He's like, see, people can do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
He says, Quasar, you won't be able to hurt me. He's like, why? How about you explain to me while I was with you running across the Pacific that you were leaving tidal waves in your wake? And he's like, oh, that. Interesting story. Okay, so, all right, people, it's a 3-panel summary.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting story, actually. Started here in the Himalayan retreat of Master Elo, the Eternal's grooviest guru. I came to him so he can help me learn to channel all my bodily energy into my favorite pursuits. Speed, people. Speed. Stayed with the old dude for over a year, doing every exercise he showed me. Finally, class was dismissed, and Master E told me I could split. Okay, so I got a little carried away with myself. Anyway, after a week's bed rest at the Avengers, I ran back here to Elo's swinging sanctum to tell him how great his tutoring worked. Only there was no sign of his masterfulness, except for a big D etched in the dirt.
A big D?
Keep it clean, Will.
Also, would this be because, normally when someone thinks back in the past and they show what happens, you would call it a flashback, but you don't want any copyright infringement, so you would call it a Macari back.
A Macari back. Nice.
Fastback?
Bravo.
Thank you.
And Quasar's like a big D, and Macari's like, Great-o, D as in deviants, those hostile hunga-dungas that are evolutionary offshoots of you human types, just like us Eternals, only worse. Elo wouldn't leave his digs here for all the gals in Gamora. Ergo, he was kidnapped. And he's like, by deviants, you think, I've always been curious about those people. Tell you what, how about I tag along with you? That is, if you're going to check out your teacher's disappearance. He's like, sure, provided you can keep up as he takes off. And Quasar's like, wise guy thinks I can't keep up with him. I'll show him. I'll zap him in the back again with another quantum.
This looks like actually webbing. I think he's taking a page out of Spidey's book.
Oh, yeah, the McFarlane webbing, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
The top webbing, yeah. Was that a McFarlane thing? Did he have that with a black costume?
Yeah, I think what was that McFarlane did this spaghetti webbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And
Like a amazing 298 to, I think that's where McFarlane took over as
yeah,
artist,
like around the time the Venom first appeared. Yeah.
Mm.
And so Quasar hitches a ride, and Macari thinks the Cape Crawdaddy wants to make like a hang glider. Fine by me. The drag shouldn't reduce my speed by more than a few feet per second. And Quasar's thinking, I neglected to ask him if he had any idea where he was going. Man, this guy can move. It's all blur, but I think we've covered the entire Asian continent and are finally out to sea. And then,
wow.
yeah, finally, Macari stops in the middle of the ocean. He's getting to a stop here in mid-ocean, so Quasar creates a air bubble. The ocean floor. He's like, where are we to now? The ocean floor. The Deviants' capital city is somewhere off the Mariana Trench. Okay, let's have a look.
That's a cool page. That's a really cool page.
Just like two panels, like two vertical panels. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what? He asked Macari about the Deviants' technology. He says, in certain respects, it's more advanced than you humies. have. In
Cubies.
In others, it's more backward. They don't have VCRs, for instance. Yes, they're not technological masters. They're state of the art with their VCRs. But they do have electricity or some power source I might home in on. He's like, right on, bandman. And then Quasar says, say, where did you learn English? Just picked it up. Talk like a native, huh? Oh, man.
And I think in the letters page of this issue, they show his first appearance, in the Kirby issue of the Eternals and how he talks, which was, I thought, awesome.
Yeah, no, I remember that, but no, it's not this issue.
Oh, it must be later when they're talking about this issue. That's right, yeah.
Probably. But they must be deep because almost an hour later, they find Lemuria, capital of the Deviant Empire. And Quasar's like, they're water breathers? And he's like, no way. They live in a big pocket of air in the center of the city. See that sea serpent's mouth? That's one of the entrances. So they get in, and then Quasar's like, right, he was right. Pass through a couple pressure seals, and you emerge somewhere in an air-filled city. And Quasar asks what kind of security there is, and Makari's like, security? Does anyone need security at the bottom of the ocean? He's like, good point.
Wendell always trying to round up new clients.
Yeah.
I know you guys are kind of evil, but have you seen the Vaughn Tech 3000?
Exactly.
So Makari thanks him for the lift. He's like, now I need to search every nook and cranny of DevTown for my main man. And Quasar tries to get him to wait, but he doesn't. So Quasar says, well, if he thinks I'm just going to stand around here where there's a whole subsea city to explore, he can forget it. And he kind of does a disguise. He throws
it up.
Yeah, man. Kind of makes a hood with his cape and
puts a little quantum clasp at
Ooh,
under his
like
neck.
that.
Yeah,
pretty interesting look. Kind of almost Modred look, huh?
in blue. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's very. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Sigmund Freud would have a field day with this.
Perhaps.
He's like, I'd be a sorry excuse for the protector of the universe if I couldn't even account for all the wonders of my own home world. He's like, wait, I am a sorry excuse for the protector of the universe. Don't tell me my run-in with Makari is actually getting my mind off my inadequacies. I have to admit, Makari is a pretty interesting companion. Okay, Doctor Who. Oh, look, but it's in quotes. He's like, my run-in with Makari. He's like, didn't think to ask Mac what Lemuria's population was, but so far I haven't seen a single soul. Where is everyone? I hear what kind of commotion coming from this edifice? The town hall, maybe? Not quite. It's a stadium. Got people fighting and chanting, come on, Tutankhamun, murder him, kill the reject, and ransack. Then we see who we assume is Ransack on top of Tutankhamun, hitting him with his staff, saying, die, die, die. Bam, wham, thram.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you go, Will. I'm going to say him and his rhyming staff. Bam, wham, thram. Tutankhamun will kill you for that. I am Tutankhamun. Nice to introduce himself before he kills the guy. I have the power to move mountains. I am the master of the arena. And you, without your power lance, you are nothing, Ransack. Nothing but a cretin.
Thought he was a deviant.
Oh. Quasar sees us and says that Hulk creature's pulping that human-looking guy. I can't just stand by watching someone get murdered. And everyone's like, that light, where? Who dares? Cheat, get him. The cover's blown, may as well go all out. He's like, yo, little boy blue, I challenge you to a real fight.
What?
Quasar says that, but is Tutankhamun wearing any blue at all?
Maybe that's blue. It looks kind of black and purple to me.
I think it's kind of navy blue. I don't know. Debatable.
Maybe it's still loopy from his beating from the Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
And sire, whoever this brash intruder is, the crowd desires his blood. Let the games proceed, Chudar. And then Quasar thinks this guy makes the Blood Brothers look cuddly. Ought to really be able to give me a good workout. And takes off his cape and tries to become a bullfighter. Olé.
El Quasador.
That little stunt was a crowd pleaser, and they ain't seen nothing yet. I'm not going to refrain from using my Q-band on this. Mother, as he sees a projection of his father. Because it appears like Tutank's, it's like an image of Quasar's father on him. He's like, what's that? So did they ever explain that?
I think it's Tutank's power.
Maybe.
I'll look that up real quick.
But Tutanak seems confused because he's like, I'm not your, because when he calls him dad, he's like, I'm not your dad. You would think if that was his power, he'd play that up more. Be like, yes, I'm your father. Let me beat you now.
I think it might be Quasar projecting that, like...
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like I deserve this beating, yeah.
Yeah. Or... I don't know.
Again.
Because ordinarily you would think, like, if he wanted to punch his dad because he was jealous, but then he says, I could never hurt my dad, I could never fight, but...
Yeah. He's like, I can never raise my hand to you, and Tutanak is like, good.
Oh, okay. Here it goes. As a gladiator, he was skilled in many forms of hand-to-hand combat. He had mental abilities that allowed him to sense certain things that are otherwise undetectable.
Okay.
Though it is unknown if this was telepathy or some other power, he could summon images from a foe's mind and create an illusion resembling whatever that foe fears most.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like it.
So he starts beating on Quasar, but meanwhile, the real Gilbert Vaughn in Connecticut... That son of mine makes me so angry sometimes. Been trying to jot down a reasoned response to his uncalled for diatribe for hours now. And I just can't seem to... Oh. And he's on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Cliffhanger, people. So, sorry, but we'll let you know what that's all about in 2019.
In 2019.
Talk about your cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, back in Lemuria, meanwhile, back in Lemuria, Makari says, oh, what's this, a cell of sorts? And he finds his master. And he's like, Makari's like, yes, the most enlightened one, me. What happened to you? And he says, I was in 5th level meditation. Next I knew I was here with a deviant warlord removing a brain mine from my forehead. And Makari's like, Major bum out.
Yeah, I love the way Makari talks.
And he's like, why did they risk breaking the truce? And he says, they wanted me to help improve the performance of their gladiators. Apparently they have a new champion who's so powerful he has no real competition. It's like, well, Master, I'm getting you out of here. Be back in a moment with a chainsaw, I remember past. So, unless it's, I guess, a weapon, but why would the Deviants need a chainsaw under at the bottom of the ocean?
Gladiator? I don't know.
Chopping down coral. I don't know.
I guess. So Quasar's on the ground, about to be killed, and everyone's cheering on Tutanak. But then he gets hit with Ransac's power lance again. And Tutanak says, "Who dares? I dare. You were too muscle bound to reach back here, oaf. All I have to do is hit you till you try." He's like, can't be happening. And then everyone's cheering on Ransack. They're like, hail the new champion. And you'd think he'd be on Quasar's side, but he's like, no. He's like, now for the interloper. As he's about to land the killing blow, Makari grabs Quasar. He's like, can't leave Lemuria without my energetic escort. And the Master's like, he's not eternal. He's like, nope, human. He's like, he looks injured. Yep, he somehow managed to get himself into a little duke out with Tutanak, the mountain mover. Then he's like, hey, Bandman, you alive? And Quasar's all like, Dad? And he's like, no, Makari. Think you're up to helping us blow this pop stand? He's like, think so. I love how, like, Makari's like, yeah, I can't leave without my friend. It's like, yeah, we need you to get us out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Quasar calls Eon and says, Eon, Quasar, read me? He's like, yes. He's like, I'm in the sunken city of Lemuria. Can you check in on my father? He isn't here by any chance, is he? And Eon's like, he is in his home, lying on and Quasar cuts him off. Says, thanks, that's what I thought. Quasar out.
Yep.
He's like, either I was just plain hallucinating or that monster was somehow able to pluck images out of my brain and throw them back at me. I hurt too much right now to care which. And Makar's like, you rescued me, I rescued you. Guess we're even Steven, huh? And then the next day at the office, he spent the night on the couch conveniently, didn't go home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like spending the night on the couch is giving me a stiff neck as if I didn't hurt in enough places already. If I'd had the nerve to go home and deal with Dad last night, I might have slept better. Maybe. I hear Ken and Kayla in the other room. Better be quiet so they don't know I'm here. I hate to try to explain. He's like, wait, what's all the commotion? I'm the boss. I don't have anything to explain if I don't want to. And he's like, can I help you? And they're like, man, look at you. Then when he got in, HD's back. Mr. Vaughn, I've just brought Vaughn Security, its 5th client in 1 week. As per our agreement, I am therefore entitled to a position in your firm. And he's like, guess you're right, Miss Steckley. Let me make myself a bit more presentable and we can discuss your salary requirements and such. Okay, here's my question. Maybe he was worried about Ken or Kayla seeing it, but if he wanted to be comfortable, why'd he sleep on the couch? Couldn't he have made a bed out of quantum energy?
Yeah, that seems kind of weird. Why wouldn't he have done that? Because it seems a little more, well, think about it too. He's angry teen. I'm going to sleep on a couch. It's going to make me hurt, but I'm angry about it. You know? Yeah, I sleep on a couch because of you.
Yeah. I would have loved it if he made a quantum pedic bed.
Yeah, quantum pedic.
Nice. What's your Q number? So, as Quasar cleans up, finally, in Connecticut, we see Gilbert Vaughn still lying on the floor. Gilbert, you have collapsed. Oh, wait a second. Let me find my music. Okay. And Eon saying, Gilbert, you have collapsed on the floor, I see. Your heart is not beaten in 12.6 hours. Consequently, your brain cells have been catastrophically deprived of oxygen. Bacterial decay and rigor mortis racks your fragile form. Alas,
that was some loud horn. That's some loud horn.
That's right. Alas, my friend, death has claimed you. This will not do. This will certainly will not do.
The end.
In more ways than one.
That's right.
So, yeah, and then the letter page is about Quasar 7.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But, so, yes, we bid goodbye to, Gilbert Vaughn.
Who we will see again. Kind of.
Yes.
Vaughn, but not forgotten.
Oh! Nice. He's back, people. So, thoughts. Quasar has a death wish.
Yeah, this was, I mean, these last two have been pretty dark, you know? They really have. And the thing is, we get some really cool stuff happening in January.
January!
And then it gets really dark again, you know? I mean, Cosmos gets really, really dark in some places. The whole, whipping thing. I mean,
hands.
The hands. Yeah. It's
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. An obligatory Ghost Rider appearance. Yeah, you gotta love that. Yeah. But I mean, this was a good issue. It really was. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if you think about it, if he can't do his job, the universe is going to end, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be some pressure, you know, and something. It's a pretty big monkey on your back.
I get it, but it's like, but getting beat almost to death isn't gonna help.
Yeah.
It might hinder you more. What if the threat would have showed up right now? Quasar's all, like he said, he's all sore and beaten. Yeah.
Wendell Vaughn and the no good, really bad day.
Yeah.
Drown your sorrows in some secretaries, dude. Don't be letting aliens beat on you.
Yeah.
Or deviants, or both.
Yeah, exactly. Let me think. How can I deal with this depression?
I know. Ooh, pick me.
All right.
Getting beat on by the Blood Brothers.
I'm sorry, you did not phrase that in the form of a question.
Dang it.
Who was being beat on by the Blood?
Yeah, so, I mean, all this bad stuff happens. He reluctantly makes a friend with Makari, and it kind of happens whether he has... First he gets beat up by him. And then he realizes...
Oh, baby, he's just a friend.
And you got some speed. Yeah, and then he gets some business. His business is not failing for once. So there's some tiny little bright spots, but he does get beat up. He tries to help. This is a theme that happened last issue too. He tries to help, and essentially doesn't finish it. Someone else bails him out, and then two people bail him out, I guess, in this regard, because you got Ransack saving him from Tutanex, and then Makari saves him from Ransack.
Yep.
I mean, he's able to do stuff. He got them out of there with the bubble and everything, but he is having a rough go. This is a good showcase of him being emotionally and physically beaten. Like, the toll of the protector of the universe is there. It's big. It's happening to him. So.
And then I think we have that kind of as a subtext, but then we get some really cool outer space action. Some fun. Because when he's out and about, he's focused on saving people and doing his thing. It's just when he's left alone, he starts.
Yeah, with his thoughts, yeah. His
thoughts go kind of to a dark place. So
he was bored.
Yeah. Gotta keep him busy. But after Cosmos, there's a scene where he's fighting the previous quantum band wielders, and they're smushing him, or they're trying to smush him, and he actually catches himself saying, why am I always so quick to give up, or why always go to the bad place? So it feels like he grows after Cosmos. All this stuff actually is there for a reason and worthwhile, because it causes some character growth for him, which is pretty cool. I mean, Grunwald knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah. But we won't get to the next issue of Quasar until January.
Into mystery.
Starting next week, for the next 7 weeks, we're gonna be doing Avengers. Start with 319. So we'll pick up right on the next issue where we left off on Avengers. So 319 through 325.
And then after that,
that'll take us to our 3-week holiday special,
which are Captain America and the Incredible Hulk, right?
Yeah, well, the first one will be Quasar's first appearance in Captain America 217.
Marvel Man.
Yes. And then I think it's the 2 Cap issues, and then the last week of the year, I think it's the 2 Hulk issues.
Where he gets his new name. I love that is just so awesome.
So we'll have some fun with those.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks of the year, you'll be getting bigger episodes, because those last 2 will be 2 issues apiece. So.
Did you have an announcement about Captain Marvel stuff?
Oh yes. What time this hits a podcast? Mr. Matt Conan and myself will have already recorded the first episode of Who is Captain Marvel. We're going to be talking Marvel. So. We're going to have that, and then episode 2, Charlie Esser and I will talk about Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. Episode 3, Will and myself will talk about Genisfell, or Genus. Yeah. But then episode 4, come join us. It will be me and Matt, and I'm sure a few other people may want to jump in on that. If, Will, if you're welcome. Lilith might jump in, but, because when we talk Carol Danvers, we're going to have a special guest. If you've been listening to the podcast, we've talked to her before, but Kelly Thompson, Marvel writer, who seems like she's writing half their stuff now. Kelly Thompson was going to join us because she's going to be the writer on Captain Marvel in January when they come out with a new number 1.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very awesome.
So we will have maybe we'll get some inside scoop on Carol Danvers' new series coming out in January.
And I think what is it, February or March for the movie?
March, I believe.
March.
Beginning of March. Yeah,
March.
yeah.
Very cool. That's coming up faster than I thought possible.
So, yeah, you still have a couple months. Send us your question. If you have any questions for Kelly Thompson, send them in. All right. So, anything else, gentlemen?
I'm good.
All
This is
right.
a good issue. Good issue.
Yes.
Dark ending, but good issue.
Yes. Good last issue of the actual Quasar series for 2018. But yeah, join us next time for Avengers 319. What is that? The Crossing Line or Crossing the Line or
Crossing the line.
Crossing the Line, Part 1. Yes. Avengers. We'll get some Russians. Eventually we get some Alpha Flight.
Canadians, Russians, Americans.
Oh my.
Exactly.
Some backup stories. Yes. All right, All right. So send us your thoughts on any of what we just covered, on the Avengers stuff. So yeah, you know what's coming. Send us your thoughts on the next 7 Avengers issues, on our end of the year holiday stuff. capesandlunatics@gmail.com, facebook.com/quantumzonepod. Go there and like us. Give us a thumb at quantumzonepod and at CL Sidekicks on Twitter. Give us follows there. Follow us on Instagram, CL Sidekicks, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Come on, Socian. You've interacted with us every other way. Give us a voicemail. All right. And Master of the Quantum Zone, Will, where can people find you? And pick up your book.
Or pick up my book, yeah. You can find me diaryofnight.com, which is my self-published book. Also, Wallred, that's WALLRED on Twitter, Gmail. And, of course, you can always get me through the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
And Matt Kona, where can people find some great reviews this month of October?
Oh, well, we're talking, my wife Yale and I are talking about recapping horror movies, and we have videos on YouTube, on SoundCloud, and iTunes. Yale and Matt Recap Stuff is the name of the show. It's just horror movies this month. We will recap other things to be announced at a later time and subsequent, probably weeks, not months. This is a pretty intense
month
schedule we have right now. So
maybe after October, maybe just do like one a week or one a month or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I am looking for ideas. So we have social media, Yale Matt Recap, all one word, no and, on Twitter, Instagram. So I'm thinking it'd be cool to do superhero movies, especially starting with real old ones, 70s Spider-Man and Captain America and stuff. And then I don't know, also classic movies that I have not seen. There's like a few that people talk about all the time. I've never seen Roadhouse or Top Gun and stuff like that. So,
well, I was going to say, the last 2 months of the year, why don't you do some holiday movies?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because if you, depending on what you classify as a holiday movie, you could even do like Die Hard and stuff.
Best Christmas movie ever.
Well, we just, to get ahead, but by the time this comes out, it probably has aired. But I was talking about it off air at the beginning of the show. There's a movie called Black Christmas, and it's from 1974. It's on Amazon Prime. Elvis Presley said it was his favorite Christmas movie. He watched it every year. We watched it, and it was awesome. It might be one of my favorite ones we've watched so far.
Cool.
It's a good one. So.
Oh, in February you're gonna have to do like the romantic comedies and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's 28 days. 28 days later.
I love that zombie stuff.
The Sandra Bullock one. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you can do. Yale Matt Recap. Oh, one word. Matt Kona on social media. I'll tweet about it and all that, Instagram and stuff.
So yeah, everyone who can hear this, make one big trip to YouTube, and while you're there, follow me, Yale and Matt, and follow Capes and Lunatics, where you'll get this show and others.
Yeah. And you can make your guesses on who the new Guardians of the Galaxy will be. And
that's right. You'll be able to see it, I believe. Yes, on the video. It'll be Quasar.
Yeah.
Fingers are crossed.
All right. I think it's time to end since Will just gave us the finger. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the last issue of Quasar for the year. Join us, like we said, next time Avengers 319. Crossing the line.
Where he actually gets some, like, speaking parts, I think.
I know, yeah. I think I think he's on every cover but one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, more, just like last week, more Quasar, more water. So, yeah, so the Avengers got, in 317, 318, didn't take him into space, but they'll take him into the ocean.
Perfect sense. Yeah.
Close enough. He has a force field.
Yeah.
All right, so join us. Be all fun, bunch of guest stars. But until then, everyone, remember, Quantum Zoners, keep it quantum.